Okay, well, first of all, I'm talking to Professor Neal Koblitz, who just won the RSA Conference Award for Excellence in Mathematics, so congratulations.
Thank you.
So tell us a little about 1985 and the whole elliptic curve research and maybe some personal stories about it.
Well, it was a very different world in those days. When people talked about information security, they meant you better have a key on your file cabinet. Even people who were starting to work in the area of cryptography and public key cryptography and information security, we weren't sure how practical it would be and how much of a market there would be. So for a lot of us, it was as much an intellectual exercise as anything else. It was hard to predict how important or valuable it would be. And since then, it's been a quarter century, and some of it's been a roller coaster ride. There have been scares, and there have been some systems that have been broken, and so on. Not elliptic curve cryptography, but it's been a lot of drama and a lot of unexpected developments. Let me say, since I don't have time to give details about this sort of thing, but there's a recent article that we've posted that you can find at eprint.iacr.org. It's an article on the history of the technology of ECC, written by Alfred Menezes, my wife Ann Hibner-Koblitz, and myself, that goes into a lot of the ups and downs of the history of this technology. And when you get to the ePrint server, the eprint.iacr.com, if you do a search, a title for the title word serpentine, you'll definitely get it, because it's the only article they have with the word serpentine in it. The name of our title is Elliptic Curve Cryptography, the Serpentine Course of a Paradigm Shift.
Oh, great.
So we go into a lot. There's some technical things in that article, but most of it's more historical and anecdotal than anything else.
Oh, great.
We talk a little bit about the role of the NSA, which for many years has actually been quite supportive of elliptic curve cryptography, and some of the controversies in the 1990s. But this isn't the place to go into all that.
Right. Okay, so what do you think of the technological advances for the last quarter of a century?
Well, it's amazing just walking around the exhibitions here and seeing the incredible diversity of companies and people working in this area. I think it's very gratifying to see the role of elliptic curve cryptography and more generally of the mathematics of number theory and how central a role it's playing in solving some problems. But at the same time, I think we also have to be aware of the limitations of mathematics. So much of the information security area depends on other things. You can have the right mathematics, but it doesn't mean your system's going to work.
That's right, yeah.
And so we have to be appreciative and be humble about our mathematical components, because they're really only one component in a very complex solution that we have to find to these problems.
Yeah. Well, once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Very well deserved.
Thank you very much.